Hello and welcome to the Advent of Automation, your personal 20-day guide to streamlining your BI workflow. This is day 11 of our learning journey, and now we are diving into more advanced topics, which means it's time to talk about expressions or functions in Power Automate. Expressions, similar to Excel formulas or DAX in Power BI, are used to perform calculations, manipulate data, and control automation workflows. They offer much more flexibility with just a little bit of coding. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to BI-Lingual Analytics. My name is Roland and I'm here to guide you through the world of data, analytics and automation. If this is your first time around here, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons so you won't miss any of my tutorials. It means a lot to me and helps others to find content like this. Expressions allow us to perform complex data manipulations that aren't possible with dynamic content alone. By using them, we can often reduce the number of actions needed in a flow, making it more efficient. But instead of just talking about what they are, I've brought a few examples to show the benefits expression can bring. First, I quickly show you how to access them in a flow, where to find more information about them, and how to learn which formulas are available. Then we will jump into examples that can kickstart your journey with expressions. Ready? Let's get started. To use an expression as an actions parameter, all we need to do is click into the parameter field and hover over the blue helper bubble. Then click on the FX button. Just like that, we have access to the functions. By default, the available functions are listed here with brief description of what they do and their expected outcomes. If you know what you're looking for, type it into the search bar to find it quickly. For example, let's say I'm looking for UTC now. A single click on a function adds it to the formula bar, or as I like to call it, the section where functions are written. If you're not sure what you're looking for or want to explore all the options, use the handy information button in the top right corner. This will navigate you to the Microsoft Learn portal for workflow expression functions. Clicking on a function provides detailed information about it. Before we jump into today's examples, let me show you one more thing. What makes these functions so powerful is that we can combine them with dynamic content. For example, to format the completion time of the data flow refresh, I can use the format datetime function. Simply search for the function and add the end time dynamic content and define a format that suits us. This creates a dynamic expression that gives us the Power BI data flow refresh end time in a user-friendly way. That counts as a first example, right? Another great use of expressions is to create unique file names. Let's say we run an automation to create files on a SharePoint site. We want to avoid duplicate file names, which can cause errors or force us to overwrite files. To solve this, we can use the UTC-now function to add a timestamp to the file name. Alternatively, we can create a unique ID by concatenating the timestamp and the display name of the user who clicked the button. This not only prevents file name conflicts, but also makes files easier to search for by name. Two birds with one stone, right? While we are talking about date-related calculations, here's another example. In a previous tutorial, I mentioned trigger conditions and how they can enhance a scheduled cloud flow. Let's say I want my Power BI dataset refresh to happen on the last day of the month at 9:28 p.m. There's no option in the UI to select the last day of the month. However, we can select a daily schedule and define a trigger condition. Here's how. Check if tomorrow's date is the first day of the new month. If so, today must be the last day of the month. Using the UTC-now timestamp, the formula looks like this. This will trigger the flow only on the last day of the month. If we save and test the flow, it won't trigger because the condition for the last day of the month isn't met. To verify our setup, we can modify the condition to check for a specific date, such as the 11th. If we set the formula to that, the flow will run successfully. This demonstrates that our condition is working as expected. Once confirmed, we can revert it to the original formula for the last day of the month. Pretty cool, right? Finally, let's explore limiting the flow run based on the number of rows users want to export from Power BI. Here's how to implement it. Start with the Power BI button click and create a CSV table action. Add the Compose tab to calculate the number of rows in the CSV. Use the outputs function to get the CSV content. Convert it into a text using the string function. Split the text into an array of rows with the split function. Use the length function to count the rows. If the row count exceeds 25, the user gets a team notification, otherwise the flow creates a file on SharePoint. While these are just a few examples of how I use expressions in Power Automate, I hope they highlight the benefits and you will start learning more about them. Expressions let us manipulate data to suit our business needs and provide greater control over automation logic. They truly unlock the potential to automate just about any process you can imagine. That said, writing the right formula can sometimes take a bit of trial and error, especially when using a newer or more complex function for the first time. It is important to watch out for details like compatible data types, letter capitalization, and other intricacies. But the great thing is that we can always return to the Learn portal to explore these functions in depth whenever needed. And with that, I think we covered enough examples for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this series, and by the end of December, or whenever you complete the learning, you will have some great automation ideas to enhance your BI workflow. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them quickly. Thanks for staying till the end. I hope you learned something new today. If you did, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, check out these tutorials to take your data, analytics and automation journey to the next level. Until the next one, see ya!